Someone is about to jump off that building! Madam, please don't jump. Everything will be all right. The shouts echoed through the busy street as people looked up at the tall building. A young woman stood at the edge of the rooftop, her hair blowing wildly in the evening wind. Below, police officers ran, pushing through the crowd, shouting into radios, pointing toward the rooftop. She saw them coming, but in her heart, she knew this was the end. She could not go back because of what she had done. The crowd gasped as she leaned forward slightly. Someone screamed, "Don't do it!" But her eyes were empty, lost in a storm of pain and secrets. The woman's name was Clara. She hadn't always been this broken. In fact, she once lived a life that many admired. She had worked her way up from a simple job in a flower shop to becoming the proud owner of a chain of floral boutiques across the city. Her hard work, creativity, and determination made her wealthy and well known. She was affluent, respected, and seemed to have everything anyone could ever want. Yet beneath the surface, Clara carried scars from bitter experiences in love. She had been betrayed by men she trusted, left abandoned after giving her all. Each heartbreak carved deeper wounds, teaching her not to trust too easily. But life took an unexpected turn when she reunited with Justin, her childhood friend. Justin was kind, gentle, and reminded her of simpler days. Though he was struggling financially, Clara didn't mind. She supported him, helped him pay his bills, and eventually found him a job through her business connections. For the first time in years, Clara felt true happiness. Life felt perfect again. But perfection rarely lasts. The first conflict came when whispers reached her that Justin was ashamed of depending on her. She overheard him on the phone late at night, telling someone he felt trapped. Her heart sank, but she forgave him when he explained he was just frustrated. The second challenge came when Clara discovered messages from other women on Justin's phone. He swore they meant nothing, that he loved only her. Against her better judgment, she forgave him again, believing love could heal the cracks. But the worst was yet to come. Clara began noticing that her closest friend, Alicia, spent too much time around Justin. At first she dismissed it, but then a neighbor told her they had been seen together in places they shouldn't be. Doubt turned into fear, and finally, the fourth and most crushing tragedy struck when Clara uncovered the truth. Alicia, her own friend, had been secretly sleeping with Justin. The betrayal cut deeper than any wound she had ever known. Her heart shattered completely, and all the happiness she had built collapsed in an instant. She rushed to the rooftop because it felt like the only escape. The police begged her to step down. The crowd shouted words of encouragement. For a moment, her hands trembled and she pulled back a little from the edge. Clara looked down at the people. She saw a small child holding a balloon, staring at her with wide eyes. Something about that innocent gaze softened her heart. She whispered, maybe not today." She stepped back just enough for the police to sigh with relief. One officer shouted, "We can help you. Just come talk to us." Clara nodded slowly. For a brief moment, it seemed like hope had returned. But hope was fragile. Just as Clara moved closer to safety, her phone buzzed. A message flashed on the screen. "We know what you did. You can't hide forever." Her face turned pale. Panic filled her chest. She thought, they found out. They know about it. Without warning, she ran again toward the edge. The police lunged forward, but Clara's mind was racing too fast. She remembered the secret she had kept hidden for 2 days now. No one in the crowd knew. No one could imagine that before coming to this rooftop, Clara had poisoned her boyfriend and her friend. She believed there was no turning back. One officer, a woman named Sergeant Lewis, stepped forward and shouted, "Clara, listen to me! Whatever you've done, we can still find a way through it. Running won't make it better. Please talk to me." Her voice was calm, strong, different from the chaos of the crowd. For a moment, Clara froze. The officer's words reached a corner of her mind that still wanted to live. She stepped back a little again. The crowd clapped, thinking the danger was passing. But then came another twist. From the other side of the street, Clara saw two men in black suits. They weren't police. They were detectives who had been investigating her boyfriend's sudden illness. She recognized one of them immediately. He had asked her questions only yesterday. Now he was pointing up at her, whispering something to his partner. Clara's body shook. She thought, "They know everything. They will take me away. I can't face prison. I can't face shame." Tears rolled down her face. She screamed out loud, "Leave me alone. I can't undo it." The crowd went silent, confused by her words. Sergeant Lewis quickly said, "Clara, you're not alone. Everyone makes mistakes, but ending your life will only make it worse. You can still explain. You can still make peace. Step down, and I promise you will not face this alone." Clara pressed her hands to her ears, shaking her head, but deep inside, she longed for someone to believe her. Just as she was about to take a step back to safety, a voice from the crowd shouted, "She poisoned them! She's a murderer!" Someone had leaked the truth. Gasps spread through the people. Some shouted in anger, others in shock. Clara's world shattered. She felt exposed before the world. The police looked at each other. The detectives started pushing through the crowd, heading for the building entrance. Clara's chest heaved. She looked up at the sky and whispered, "This is it. There's no way back." The wind howled. The people screamed. Sergeant Lewis stretched out her hand and shouted, "Clara, don't! You still have a choice!" Clara closed her eyes. For a moment, time froze. The crowd held its breath. Her mind flashed through images, her childhood, her family, the smile of the little girl with the balloon. For 1 second, she almost stepped back. But then she remembered her boyfriend's face turning pale, her friend gasping for air, and the truth she could never escape. With one final cry, Clara leaned forward and jumped. The crowd screamed in horror. Some covered their eyes. The balloon slipped from the little girl's hand and floated into the sky. Sergeant Lewis rushed to the edge, too late. Down below, sirens wailed louder. The detectives stopped in their tracks, their faces grim.